What's going on, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here, and today we're on episode 5 of season 5 for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is Rewind, and I can't get over last week's ending with Fitz returning in the time that S.H.I.E.L.D. have been sent into the future, of course, after he was left on present-day Earth, whilst everyone else was sent through that monolith, of course. But yes, I'm so ready for this episode. I can't wait to see what happens. I know a few people have been telling me not to watch the promo. So I don't know what's going to go down in this episode, because we obviously know that Fitz has returned. So I'm assuming this episode is going to focus around Fitz, you know, why he was left on Earth, how he managed to get to present day, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we can, and plus it's called Rewind, so why not rewind to the present day Earth, since we're not really focusing on that this season, it seems, for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah, I can't wait for Fitz, like, to see more Fitz, because of course we've been missing him throughout this season, but it's just so great to see Fitz back. And you know, a bit of a shout out as well to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Twitter handle and Chloe Bennett for, like, tweeting a reaction compilation about Fitz's return last week. I mean, that I was not giddy at all. Anyways, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., episode 5. Let's get this going, because I can't wait to see Fitz back in action. It's going to be real. You know, the awesomeness has just peaked up a little bit now that Fitz is back into the frame. So without further ado, let's go.
And congrats on the whole power outage thing. That was very ominous.
This is my fault.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, and yeah, because they got all put to sleep and then he woke back up, so... Now you see him, now you don't.
Gemma?
But Fitz was left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. What, so is this going to be like 4,722 hours, but Fitz is like for... Oh man. Well, he's just trying to find a way to get back to... Kind of like how Gemma tried to find a way to get back from Maviv. He's trying to find a way to get to... I've seen Fitz, you know, work on what, but it's so, I don't know how to describe it. It's just so great, like, and eerie.
Wasted our time.
No, he hasn't.
You're gonna grow old and die alone in that cell.
Oh, come on, bitch. You are really...
What?
Boiling my piss.
Your attorney is here.
Get those cuffs off my client.
Fucking no! Hunt! Wait,
They printed the letters in the last 6 issues of Bullbuster Hooligan.
And how many copies do you think are available in Bangladesh?
Where's
None.
Bobby as well? Where's
As in
Bobby?
zero.
Where's Bobby?
Since I heard you were missing,
Hunter!
I got hold of something. Where did you get off on calling Liverpool a bunch of wankers?
Well, you never went
to, mate.
I've missed him too. I freaking had no idea.
Okay.
Your coded message didn't have an escape plan, so I had to come up with one of my own. Come on, let's go.
Which means make the most attention as possible. I've missed Hunter. Can we bring Hunter to the future or something? I don't know.
Who's flying it?
Bobby.
Rusty.
Ah.
The best getaway pilot money can buy.
Wow. Money must be really, really tight.
What?
Even if Bobby's not there.
Find a way to work that out.
We'd love to have
Distance
seen
is
it.
our curse.
Oh,
So how are we going to find her?
man. That opposite, but that hurts,
the
but
only
it's
clue we
true.
have is a Ben Deary English ale truck.
Chasing a beer truck. I like this plan. Do we get
Yes.
to plunder it?
Bloody bloody hell.
It's a chameleon van or
Got you
something
now.
like that. So that works well. I mean, they could have used like a cloaking thing, but that worked. Oh, creepy alien dude.
I've been expecting you.
What?
Okay.
No, we're here to surprise you, so act surprised.
There's no need for... I am a sentient chronicom from a planet which revolves around a star in the
I was going to
constellation
say,
we
if
know
he's
as
watching,
Cygnus.
observing
Yeah,
them,
we'll just go with Enoch.
Why? Why
is
did
he
you
like
sit them through
a
that
low
thing?
budget watcher?
To fulfill a prophecy. This speaks of the
Shield wall.
future. They were needed there.
Look,
And he
there's
sent
only
them
so
there,
much crazy
okay.
talk.
Why? Oh shit!
You are going to take me to whoever or whatever this year is, or your future ends now.
That is framework Fitz. That is the Doctor. Oh, shh. I mean, I know he's desperate in that, but he's just like...
I am trying to help, Mr. Fitz.
It is. It's Charles's dog. Oh, shit.
I know you. You're Polly Hinton.
Do I know you?
I'm with S.H.I.E.L.D. Can I?
Wow, so, wait, so is she the... So she's the C... Oh, God. Damn, that's so great how they incorporated, like, Charles's family back into this. Like, her being the seer, it seems.
What are we dealing with here?
Okay, that's someone's property.
There,
You
kids
don't
room in
just
this house?
stuff your face
Nope.
into it.
I want you to find her and control her. It's better she's on our side.
Oh.
We need every weapon in this fight.
Oh.
As of this moment,
Boy.
we're the only 4 humans
I
who
don't
know
like
this
that.
place's existence.
I don't like it.
How do you know about it?
But... I mean, it would make sense. She's got her father's powers in a sense.
We'll stay until we can decide what to do with her. She is no longer safe.
Like, he could
don't
see
you just
death,
ask her?
but
She
she
seems to
could
know
see
everything
something
else.
more, of
She
course,
gives answers in her
since she
own
knew
time.
that they were
It's
coming
better
as
not
well.
to. Our protocol allows for one exception.
Oh, so it's like
Prevention
Time
of an
Lords, isn't it?
extinction
Like,
level event.
oh, extinction level event.
So what happened?
Whole,
no. Everything that keeps happening to us does seem like the universe doesn't want us to be together.
Curse.
The
That,
universe doesn't want or care about anything, and even if it did, why wouldn't it want you to be together? You two are so perfect for each other, it makes
Thank
it
you.
a little bit nauseous.
Maybe it's trying to protect her.
From what?
From me. From what I was in the framework.
yeah, I was gonna say he's still got that guilt about the frame. I mean, it's still fresh for
That
him.
came from inside me. That's... wasn't programming.
Is that the Fitz I saw back at Enoch's place?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he pinned that guy. That's what I was saying.
To admit, I kind of like seeing that side of you. And it worked for us.
Not really
Got
competent,
Enoch on the right
lads.
page.
Yeah, well,
Mind has been scattered. Past, present, future, it's all the same to her, all mixed up.
This
Sometimes she's thinking, no,
is
I'm
really
not.
crap for a child.
I'm sorry.
Like, she's at such a young age.
We can try.
I mean, she's basically used to this now. Like,
Robin, sweetie.
this is the norm for Polly. Did you see that question being asked? And graphic.
they're in trouble some 70 years in the future and there's nothing I
Graphic.
can do.
Yeah, of course I know it. We just broke out of it. It's the military base they were holding you in.
Oh, so they're going back there. Okay,
Okay, well, hate to say it, but
let's go back.
we're gonna have to break back in.
Yeah. All that commotion.
And Jimmy Futterman.
That's us. You break it, we fix it, and charge you the military mark.
I missed this. Can we just bring Hunter along into the future as well? I mean, it's only like 70 odd years. It's probably not going to miss much.
This is all over.
Well, apart from Bobby as well. So
No, then we're finding. Let's do it.
I mean, Fitz is desperate to get to them, one way or another. He's been working out how to get to them since he was locked in. but-
Release the ferrets.
For crying out loud.
What's that mean?
Something setting off a perimeter alarm.
I wish you did it in Mr. Bird's voice, actually. Release the ferrets.
They brought everything from S.H.I.E.L.D. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, here we go. Oh, just sharp Fitz. Oh, damn. Oh, we're getting to see Hunter and Fitz in action. Nice. Take what you can use. It won't matter when you're in the future. Guns, I'm not going to do it, lads. I don't even see why you bother.
I'm sorry that it has to end this way, but you have continually let me
Oh,
down.
you're getting fired. Well, that's a pretty fucking drastic way.
I need a cleaning crew.
I've never liked her. I've not for 1 second. What a bitch.
Yeah.
Preserve
Taking a
him.
long way there.
Yeah, I was gonna say the long way
Fell
around.
asleep for 74 years.
That is the most insane idea.
Sleeping
in our
Beauty,
history of
there we
insane
go.
Ideas to those two.
Because he did work on
Bobby
it.
could use a good cause.
Thank you, Lance Hunter.
Just make sure he gets back okay.
Yes. Fitz here. Man, this has just been a cracker of an episode.
I've had a hell of a time as always. I guess
Are
I'm
you
underestimating your odds.
sure there's not a second chamber? And so begins the... I wish I could do 70 years of sleep.
I love you.
I know.
He did the Star Wars! Oh my god! Oh, lads, you beautiful
return in a
bastard. This episode. And here we are, 74 years later. 365 million miles from the lighthouse. Ooh.
Good morning, Fitz.
Damn, Enoch's
Rise and shine.
aged 12 for 70 years. I mean, I know that. I mean, won't skin just like crinkle still? Take down Cassius.
I hope you have it in you.
Oh, I think he will with the whole.
Have it in me.
That was a doctor look. That was one of the best episodes. I love that. Well, where do I begin with that episode? I have a feeling this is going to be one of those episodes that's going to take me forever to compress to 10 minutes or something like that, because that was the best episode of season 5 thus far. It was just amazing all over. I just loved every second of that episode, especially with Hunter coming back, who I had no idea, knowing he was going to return, of course. But here we are, and I'm just so excited to, because I distance myself away from everything, really. And that's why surprises are just really sad. Because that's, otherwise I wouldn't be like that. I'd be like, oh, hey Lance, if I knew. Or something like that. But him returning was a solid surprise and really great, of course, with the whole, S.H.I.E.L.D. in a bit of a shambles. So get Lance in, who of course knows his stuff with S.H.I.E.L.D. and is willing to help a buddy out, of course, especially with their, love for soccer. And that was a really nice, nice touch there, him contacting him through, because my headcanon is that the Americans don't give don't have any idea, because of course their term of football is a lot different to ours. Both I'm not really giving a crap about. It's all F1 with me. But no, that was really great. I mean, they had their assumptions. It was, I mean, they were right, but I mean that was passed off anyway. So, the assumption about the football messages being cryptic and that, so it was passed off. But it came back to haunt them, of course. But that was great to see Lance back. I really loved their discussions a lot through this episode. I'll get on to Ian in a minute as well, because I mean, there were a lot of things that Ian did in this episode that really did blow me away. But their discussions in this episode was really great. I mean, with them in the van discussing about how life's been with Bobby, they were comparing distances, distance is a blessing, distance is a curse, of course. And that discussion where, Hunter was basically saying, you guys are meant to be together. I know the universe keeps screwing you up, but the universe doesn't give a shit about us anyway, which he's true about, to be fair. But that was great seeing him return. Ian, I should have put this at the start, but it has to be said that Ian did a fantastic job. I mean, this was his time to shine, this being his 4,722 hours, him trying to return to S.H.I.E.L.D. Same with Gemma, although she was trying to escape from the planet as well, and you see Fitz trying to escape present-day Earth to go into 70-odd years in the future, which was a nice little touch, and I'll get on to that in a minute, but Ian just did a fantastic job. There were a lot of great scenes, especially when he was, working out what could have potentially happened to S.H.I.E.L.D., because he was none the wiser as well, and those guys, were just basically pressuring him, of course, because I mean, you can't really blame them with them thinking, you know, he might have a part to play at this, but that was a really great scene as well. You know, him drawing the monkeys, of course. That was really, really nice touch. But that was just really awesome. Like I said, the discussion with Lance when he was saying about him and Simmons being cursed, of course. That was really... There was a lot of great scenes, especially as well his doctor side. I think this is 6 months for him as well. So he's had some time to kind of settle in, but he's still got that regret inside him. I think they said it was 6 months, at least, but he's got that bit of regret inside him still, and I don't blame him, because this is a completely different side of Fitz, but it's something that Fitz is capable of, he's saying, and it was a really nice touch, and I'm wondering how that's going to be a factor for the rest of Season 5 now that he's in the future. And, I mean, he had that cold glare at the very end as well. Like when Enoch was saying, "Are you capable of doing like these acts or whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready." Like he gave that evil glare as well. So Ian just did a spectacular job. I'm amazed by him overall in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like I feel like he's really progressed from Season 1. Like each season he does progress. Like Season 2, he played that really well, especially with his brain trauma situation. Season 3, especially the first part, when you saw him, like, of course, still in a bit of, like, shambles with Simmons's abduction. And then Season 4, no, like, with the Doctor, all that shit. But, like I said, Ian's just been a fantastic actor to the show, and I'm glad that this episode gave him, like, a lot of time to expel his incredible performance. Enoch, as well. And we got a bit more information about him rather than being a creepy alien who showers and then takes his skin off. Yeah, it seems... I'm glad that they actually incorporated a good alien for this show. I mean, I think there have been... Of course, there have been before, but, you know, you thought with his first impressions that this guy could be a problem. But no, he was working with Robin, of course, which was a nice little throwback, which I'll get onto in a minute as well. It was great, like, seeing him work with Robin, him being basically a watcher, him being that Time Lord. He can intervene only, like, a few times, well, unless you're the Doctor, of course, then you just intervene all the time, but, no, he's a really chill dude, so he's on my good list then. No need to be suspicious about him, of course. He's just being a great helping hand. I'm glad that they incorporated a bit of, like, space-time in there as well, because you got to wonder, with Earth being in that condition only 70 years, it's playing on the factor again, like, we've been hopscotching the whole theory about what this could be in terms of, like, the future. Is this another universe? How many years this might be if this is on the same universe? And you have to wonder, I mean, this is still pretty, like, not that far in the future for the MCU. So, you gotta wonder, could they potentially change time? I know Fitz is saying, like, it's set in stone. You can't change it. What is what's going to happen, basically. So I'm wondering if there's going to be that one exception. So, we'll just have to wait and see, like, if Fitz's theory is, you know, concrete 100%, but we'll just wait and see. But his theory is, like, his statement in space-time is a solid factor, especially for this arc, of course. But going back to space-time, of course, we got Charles's family into the mix. See, I had a hunch looking at Polly the first time. Like, I was wondering, she looks so familiar, and it's going to be, it feels really, really recent, of course, because I only did space-time a couple of months ago, of course, with my catch-up, so a lot of the characters might feel fresh. Like, like, for example, you saw Piper on Supergirl. I'm like, I know her. I know her now. I wouldn't have known her before, like, in Supergirl, because she's appeared a few times before then, but I didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. then. But I picked up her face, and I was thinking, I know her. And I had a second glance. I was like, wait, is it? And then it was. Of course, the Robin kind of proved that to be right, of course, with that being a fundamental part in Charles's story in space-time. But yeah, I thought it was just a familiar face for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I'm glad that they incorporated that. Of course, her getting the DNA, well, basically the inhuman gene, like the similar inhuman powers to what Charles had, of course. He can only see an impending death, but she's more expanded, like she can see the past, the future, all that kind of stuff. So she's a bit more stronger with the powers, which is really, really neat to see. But that was a fantastic episode. I think I forgot to mention something down the lines, but no, I don't know. What I do know is this episode was just incredible stuff. It was great that they incorporated a lot of space-time elements into the mix. Fitz was just incredible in this episode. Great to see that, you know, he is still dealing with... I mean, they're not washing over this, and I'm wondering how big of a factor this is... Like I said, I'm wondering how big of a factor this is going to be for Season 5. But I'm glad that they're doing a great, like, arc with Fitz at the minute, because, like I said, they're not going to wash this away. Fitz is not going to, you know, just brush it off. Like, he's a sympathetic character, and it's great that we've seen that deal of remorse. But, yeah, that was just incredible. One thing I do have to mention, though, is I am a bit gutted that we're not going to see any Alistair-Fitz interactions, because I know a few people were hoping for that, of course, and I was as well, especially with the framework. Like, that could still play with his guilt. But who knows, we might still do with Season 5. I mean, they might return to present-day Earth and all that, and it might seem unlikely, but I would love to see, like the real-world Alistair interact with Fitz again. Like, we get to see that and see how Fitz reacts, of course. But I can't wait to see what happens in episode 6. That was a fantastic episode, and I just loved it so much. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feed and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!